Manish, thank you for having us. As you know, we've been using GoECart for almost 8 years now, and the reason for our trip is to sit down and discuss future development, some projects we currently have in the works, and projects going forward in our business relationship as a whole. We're working on a site redesign, which encompasses not only the aesthetics of the site, but also navigation and some functionality that we see other companies going to, and things. Technology has evolved over the year.
Well, that's perfect. That's right in line with what we're seeing with a number of clients that we work with. The focus on improved user experience. So, did GoECart have any participation in this process, or tell us a little bit about how did you go about approaching this redesign project?
So, on the consulting end, we brainstormed with GoECart regarding branding, concepts, web page concepts, navigation, designs, color schemes, and also some different functionalities we either wanted to enhance or we wanted to add to our site, our existing sites.
How else are they helping you improve your business, and how do you view this relationship? Is it strictly software? As you said, you're getting them involved in consulting, but also, what is the service component?
That's a good point, Manish, and that's one thing that we really value about GoECart is their technical support. Technical support is very important today. As our company grows and evolves, there are challenges that we need to meet. So we want a company that has the support to back up their software. The other thing that we value greatly, we are an e-commerce site, and our success depends on the uptime of our site.
What advice? I mean, you've been there, you've done that, you're very successful at it. Any words of advice or wisdom that you'd like to share with anybody who's looking to change platforms?
My biggest piece of advice would be to remember you get what you pay for. I always advise anybody that's researching anything, be it an e-commerce solution, even a vendor they may be using. Do your due diligence and don't base your decision on price. Get some referrals. Talk to people who are using these platforms, and always, if they offer a demo site or test site, test it. Give it a test drive.
And what about the GoECart platform? Are they investing in the platform? Are they continuously evolving? Or because there are a number of changes that are happening online. There's always something new, and there's always advances happening. How do you feel about the platform? And you've been there for a number of years now, almost 8.
One word is scalability. Over the years, we've had, actually when we found GoECart, we were looking for someone who could tailor to our specific needs. We deal in our market, in the wedding industry, and the nature of our products, we do personalization. So we had a lot of customizations that need to be implemented to our site for it to be effective in e-commerce, and GoECart was able to do that, and they continue to do that on a regular basis. So scalability is, I think, the number one benefit to a service like GoECart, especially in today's environment.
And managing that customizations over years and over versions and upgrades, you haven't had any major issues or pushback and resistance, and have they continued to support them? Tell us a little bit about doing it one time. Most vendors promise and they deliver. However, keeping up with that and maintaining it year over year and supporting it can be challenging. So tell us a little bit about how has that worked for you?
Well, we have since in our 8 years that we've used GoECart, we've had many customizations from the very first year. and from our startup with GoECart. And GoECart has always been very diligent about every time. GoECart is very good about doing version upgrades, and I love your version upgrades, by the way, because there's always exciting new features that, again, it shows that GoECart is forward thinking and they're looking at best practices for their clients. But when it comes time to say for a version upgrade, we understand we have customizations, and GoECart is very good about identifying and ensuring that each one of those customizations carry over to the next version.
Thank you, Ray. One last question. I know you just are embarking on advancing the platform further, and what was one or two new features that you saw in GoECart that got you excited? I mean, tell us any recent features that GoECart brought to market that you were particularly excited about.
Well, actually, we've learned a lot of things here at GoECart today, and I believe you're working on a brand new version of GoECart, and there's some very exciting new features in that as far as inventory management and facilitating the ordering process and CRM. Some exciting new things. It's actually, I think it's going to bring companies like ours to the next level, because as we grow, we've already identified a need for this type of system, because as our volume grows, our need for additional staff is growing, and we really have to look at streamlining our processes to save costs. So GoECart's already looking at that, because they're presenting a enterprise solution that is going to help us streamline our order management processes.
Thank you, Ray. I know you're heading out and getting back on the road, so really appreciate your time, and thank you for paying us a visit, and we look forward to seeing more of you.
Thank you, Manish.